Welcome to today's program with Process Code Camp on how to work with computers. And this is a digital literacy program focused on teaching beginners who want to transition their career into data analytics on how to use a computer um, to work and organize their works and files and the windows and everything. So in our last class, we discussed how to use a computer. We discussed what an operating system is. We also discussed how to navigate your Windows operating system. We also discussed how to organize your files and folders, and as well understanding right quick features. So before we start, my name is Chidebere Philip Arinze, and I'll be your instructor in today's lesson. So today's lesson we will discuss how to organize Windows, depending on the window version that you are using. So this class will be centered on how to work with Windows, and we will also discuss how to customize your operating system. So, as you use an operating system, you will often be working with many different things at once. Okay, the operating system keeps different activities in different views called windows. Okay, so as you use your computer, you usually work within different views that we call windows. In fact, that's why we call it windows. In these lessons, we are going to explore what windows are and how to use them within the Windows 10 operating system. Okay. Any application or program that we open and view in the operating system is a window. Okay. So here I will open File Explorer. You can see the File Explorer. This is my File Explorer. Okay. Then this is also I will also open Microsoft Edge. This is Microsoft Edge, as you can see as well. So there is another window. Okay, for Microsoft Edge, and there is a window for the File Explorer that I just opened. Okay, so these two programs or windows operate independently from each other. Okay, they can be moved around anywhere you want them to reside on your desktop. Okay, this is pretty cool, but it's just the beginning. Okay, so sometimes whether you are in a Word or Microsoft Edge or any other application, you may need the application to take up the entire screen. Okay, this is very easy to accomplish. Okay, so inside your window, for instance, the Microsoft Edge window that I just opened, I will just need to click on the maximize. This is the maximize button. So if I click it, it will enlarge let me mark this. Okay, it will enlarge the window. Understand? For me to have a better view of the window that I just opened. So now the window takes up the entire screen. Okay, if that's a little too large of a window for me, then I can return it to the size it was before by clicking the restore. Okay, the restore button. Yeah, if I click it, it will restore it to the previous size it was before I enlarged it. Okay, so let's say I'm done tinkering with the files in this folder for now, but I need to in this window for now, but I need to have the file closed by because I will need one of these files later. Okay, I don't just want to close it entirely, but I will need it later. So what I will need to do here is to minimize the window by clicking the minimize button. This is the minimize button. Okay. So if I click on it, it will close the window, but not entirely because I can still come back to the window later. Okay, so this is how you can be able to enlarge work with your different windows. Now maybe I want to view the file explorer that I just opened, so I just minimize the Microsoft Edge. Okay, there are so many ways you can also do that. Okay, so that will place the folder in the taskbar. If you look, because I just minimize it, it will place it on the taskbar. That means I can still open it. You can see at the bottom of the desktop, remember I said here is the taskbar from our previous class. I explained that this bottom of the desktop is called taskbar. So because I opened Microsoft Edge, it will be pinned on the taskbar until I'm done with it, except if I pinned the app there permanently. Okay, but whenever you open a file and you minimize it, it will remain on the taskbar until you close it entirely. Okay, so to reopen or restore the window, I will simply find the icon. You can see this is the particular Microsoft Edge I want to open. So I want to reopen it. Let's imagine I just minimize it and I want to use it again. So what I will do is to come to the taskbar, then find the icon. This is the icon. Understand that I want to open. Then I'll click on it. It will open the window for me again. Okay, you can see this is where it gets interesting. Okay, so you can be able to work with different windows. So if I need to have two applications open at the same time, let's say I'm researching and writing a report and I need Microsoft Edge and Word open, or maybe Microsoft Edge and the Explorer open. Okay, okay, this is a very handy way to make sure they are open to the same size and do not overlap each other. So let's open. I've already opened my File Explorer and also maybe let me use the Microsoft Edge as well. Okay, so if I click on the top of the window and drag it, let's say this is the window for Microsoft Edge. I can click on top. You have to double click on it. Then you can drag it to how you want it to be. Understand? So now I can drag it to one side. Just drag it to one side of my desktop. Okay. Then once I you see the highlight there, then let go of the mouse. As you can see, as I drag it, let me let me I'm coming. Let me make it to be full. Okay, like this. So imagine maybe this file is here before I have to drag it see, to this extreme. Then from here, I can also I want to minimize it. Maybe to this place. And I'll leave it. Let me open the Microsoft Explorer as well. I want to make it large as well. And you can actually move it to the size that you want it to be. Let me resize it again from here. Okay. So by doing so, we can actually work with two different windows at the same time. You can see two are overlapped. I'm able to see what I'm doing here and what I'm doing here. I can equally drag something from here to here. That's if actually I was working with maybe something like Microsoft Word. Understand? Or I open File Explorer and or Microsoft Edge and Microsoft Word, and I needed to drag one item from here to here. You can be able to do that. Or if you open your do File Explorer, or maybe you are using your Flash and you have your Flash, yeah, and you have the Explorer open on your Flash and you have the Explorer open on your window, and you want to copy or move something from, let's say, this side of the window of the desktop is where the File Explorer in your Flash is displaying, while this is one of your window. You can actually move the file that you have on your desktop into your Flash, into your Flash, I mean to say. So when you do that, you have moved the item from here to here. Understand? So that you can, it's a way to copy what you have here to the other file. So by doing so, you can be working with two windows at the same time. Okay. This okay. Let me see if I can. Okay, let's just use this two file for now. Okay, because if I open more than two files, this is you need to learn how to be organized with your work. So just these two files is okay to go. And I'll be able to tell you how you can open different windows. Even if you want to open more windows, I can open these. Are all these you are seeing here are windows. Understand? All those ones that have blue line on top of them are files that I open, and they are being recognized as windows. So this, imagine having two files or having two folders, okay, open at the same time. You can be able to move one file from one folder to another. Okay, so let's quickly move to how you can customize your operating system. How you can customize your operating system. This is also known as personalizing your desktop. It also does that with smartphone, just like I discussed in our previous lesson, where I say that you can even customize your smartphone, the look and feel, how you want, even the icons to appear, how you want the fonts, if you want them larger, smaller, or and so on. So we'll be able to see how you can do that um, using your window 10 or later or in the 11 operating system on your desktop. So there are many features and settings that you can customize within your operating system based on your preferences. Okay, so this personalization can make it easier for you to get things done on your computer. Okay, to be more comfortable while using your computer, you can customize the settings of various aspects of your operating system. Okay, let's take a look around. Okay, so to find the personalization menu that I'm talking about, first, you have to first click on the start button, then to the settings. But I've already opened the settings. I just want open some of the windows I'm going to use so that it won't take us time trying to open them. So remember, before you can open your settings, you can go to the start button, then go to the settings. Okay, but you see the setting button here. But I have already opened the setting button. So let's go straight to the settings. Okay, now inside the setting, you will select personalization. Remember, it might display differently on your own window. Understand? I found my own at the left side. Your own might not be the same depending on the operating system you are using and depending on the size of your screen. Okay. So, but what is important here is that when you click on the settings, the next place you go is on personalization. So whether you find your personalization here, or you found it here, or you found it elsewhere, just know that the next place you go is personalization. So let me open the personalization. Let's give it a moment to open. Okay, okay. So it is now open. Ah. So within this menu, you can personalize your window 10 or later experience, and that's a great deal for you, okay, while you are using your desktop. So for this lesson, we will concentrate on some of the more popular ways to customize Windows 10 or 11 or later operating system. So you talk about the background, the colors on the lock screen as well. We also talk about the themes and probably the taskbar. Okay, these are the more popular ways to customize your Windows 10 or later operating system. First, we will personalize the background. Okay, so to do this, you click on the background. I think we're already on the background. Yes, you're already on the background. So we have a choice between a picture here. If you want to use a picture as a background, or you want a solid color, or you want a slideshow, or you want maybe a Windows Spotlight. So currently I'm using a picture, right? So if I select solid color, let's see what happens. That means I'll have an option to select the solid color that I want to use. You can see. So now I can decide to select if I want this color, maybe the red, or if I want. So I can be able to customize how I want my background to look like. Okay, so solid color is exactly what you are seeing here. Okay, so changing your background to a solid color. you can see whether I want red or I want purple or I want black or I want any other color that interests me. Okay, so it is a great way, understand, to customize your background. Okay, you have many to choose from, or you can select a custom color. If you go here, if you click here, you can create a custom color. But I don't want us to go that, so that this class will not be too long. But when you click here, you can create a custom color. Okay, so if you have photos in your pictures folder in your system or anywhere else on your computer, selecting a slideshow will randomly display photos from that. So let's see, for instance, if I have this is slideshow. Let me open it. If I select the slideshow, okay, selecting the slideshow will randomly display photos from that folder as my background. Okay, so but for now, I think I will go with the blue Windows logo as my I mean the previous logo that I'm using as my background. So if I go to I wouldn't want if I go to pictures, if I want to select pictures that I want, if I want to select the pictures I want, I'll go to browse. Then I'll go to my folders and I can select pictures. If I click on browse here, it will open my file explorer where I can select the pictures I want to use um as my background. But I will remain with this blue picture you are seeing here and this type of background. So let me okay, the window has opened. Remember, I click on browse, so I can decide to go to my pictures and select any pictures that I want. Okay, but I'm not going to do that in this class. You can go to your pictures. If you have pictures in your, you can select whichever pictures that you want to use as your background here. Then once I select, say I want to use this, and if you choose this folder, it will upload for you. This is a folder. So this folder contains like more than, maybe I have 3 or 4 pictures inside this folder. So all the pictures I have inside that folder will start displaying. That's one after the other. It will be like a slide. You are using your hand to slide your phone to the left, but the thing will be happening automatically based on the time that you put. You can see change picture every 30 minutes. So every 30 minutes it will change depending on the number of photos that I have inside this folder. That is what it does. But for now, I'll leave it with this blue slide and the previous background that I have. So let me link it back to the picture that it was before. So this is how you can be able to customize the background of your system. Okay, now let's go to color. Okay, now colors let you really customize aspects of your experience with whatever colors you like. You can let Windows automatically select the colors. Okay, if you want it to automatically select the colors, you can let Windows to do that. If you want it to be dark, if you want it to be light, you can let Windows to do that. Okay, you can let Windows automatically select the color from the background image you are currently using. So this particular image that I'm currently using, I can actually let Windows to do what to select color from this background. You can see this background that is like a mountain at the side. You can let Windows to select um, automatically pick from those background by when you check when you click on the check button here, it will automatically Windows can automatically select color from this. You can see automatically it gives me this particular color from the background. Understand? Of this from the pictures on the background of the desktop, the picture I'm using as my background. So Windows automatically select a color for me. Okay, so that's and you can see that's has already been done. So if I want to go back to light or dark or whatever, it will give me a darker color based on the color that was selected. Okay, if I want the transparent effect, I can put it on or off. It will make the image to be transparent. So when I select transparent on, it make the color to be transparent so I can be able to see what is at the background. Okay, so by selecting this, you can be able to make the background color you're seeing here. I can now be able to see a little of what is it makes me to be able to see, you can see, I'm able to see from here the background, what is on the background. That is what this button does. Okay. So here on the colors, I can choose if I want the taskbar. Let's go to the taskbar. Before I even move that, let me see if I've discussed everything I need to discuss on the colors before we move to the taskbar. Okay, you can see this color was not the previous color I was using is blue, but because I selected automatically pick an accent color for my background, Windows automatically gave me this color. So if I want to go back to the blue color that I was using before, I will just click on this blue. But how you will be able to see? Let me show you something. Let me select this color that Windows automatically generated for me, picked from the background. It's taking long to fill out. Let me be discussing while I wait for that. Okay, so if I go to my start bar, you can see the color now. You can see the color is no longer blue. That is how it customizes. Even the colors, um, lines that are, sorry, I don't want to click on this number. Even the colors that are highlighted in each icon that I select are now that this very particular color. Even on the taskbar, you can see that all the colors that I selected are under the taskbar. And remember, the transparent is on. That is why it is like that. You can see that this place is now transparent. That is how it works. So let me go back to the blue color. Then we continue. Okay. You can see how it was previously the taskbar was transparent because I actually made everything transparent. So that's how you can be able to customize your color to give you what you want. So you can also customize your lock screen, lock screen. I need to say, if you go to your lock screen, let's go to the lock screen. All of these things is how you can customize your windows, understand, to give you what you want. So if you're working for a company, for instance, and that company has their brand color, and you want your system to be customized, understand, using that brand color. That is where, when I talk about color, you can actually go to custom color and now create the custom color based on your maybe your own business, um, brand color or something like that. You go to custom color and create it. Maybe your primary color of your business or company is maybe blue, purple, white, or something like that, or blue, black, white, whatever. So primary color, you can be able to create the custom color here so that your system will be customized based on those colors that represent your brand or business. So that's why it is important to customize your system. It's not just about the picture, but probably maybe what your business or the job or the company you're working for represent, and you want your laptop or your computer to look exactly like your business brand. That is why it's important to customize your um, windows. So we are now in the lock screen. So you can also customize your lock screen. This is the screen you have. You will see when you log into whether your Windows or Windows desktop or Windows 10, 11 and other. So you can select from Windows photos. Okay, you can select from Windows photos or you can use one of your own pictures. So let me see what we have here. So you can decide to use my own pictures or the Windows Spotlight. This Windows Spotlight is the Windows photos, whichever one is generated for you. That is why I say when you open your desktop, your window, the color or the background picture that you see now might not be the same the one you see tomorrow. Understand? So it's Windows generated photos for you. That is why it's called Windows Spotlight. Okay, they create this. It's just the same as even your smartphone. When your screen lock, if you open it, you see a different image. It's no longer what you saw before. That is the Android Spotlight. Okay, the displaying different pictures on your lock screen. The same thing is applicable to your Windows. So you can decide to use the. I left mine with the Windows photos, or you can call it Windows Spotlight. Or I can decide to use my pictures. Okay, so remember I can use maybe these pictures or browse. Remember when I click this browse, it will take me to my folder, to my pictures folder in my File Explorer. There I can decide to select if I want my picture, or maybe picture of my house, or picture of my car, or picture of my company location, or maybe one of my products, or and thereabout. And if I decide to use a folder as well, depending on the pictures that I have there that I want it to use. But when you have to use a folder, is basically when you are using so slideshow. So you cannot select a folder when you are using picture. But if I want my lock screen to display different pictures of my product or my services, I will select slideshow, and I will go to the folder where I have these pictures of my products or services or whatever pictures I want to use. I'll select the folder, and from here I can customize. For instance, let me select slideshow. Here I can customize. Okay, I can customize it further by selecting what I want. Here I can add a folder, or I can use a specific pictures that is here, or add a folder, or to choose one app or thereabout from the cloud to show here, or I can choose which app show quick status on the lock screen and all that. So this is how I can be able to customize my lock screen as well. So the next is the theme. The theme. Okay, let me be discussing why I wait for it to open. Okay, so the themes are groups of background images, colors, sound, etc. Okay, the background that we discuss about, the colors that we discuss about, lock screen and all of that. So the theme is like when I select a particular theme, it contains both the background image, the color, the fonts, and all of that. Okay, so that makes up a specific experience within Windows. Okay, there are some preloaded themes to choose from, or you could find more themes in the Microsoft Store. Okay, so there are preloaded themes that I can use. I can decide to maybe Windows, this Windows, or this Windows, or this, or this, or this. I can use any of them, or I can go to the Microsoft Store and install a theme, Microsoft theme or Visual theme that I want to use. And if I install it, I can be able to use it. It will display here whenever I come to themes that I want to use, and I can be able to select whichever theme that I want to use. And when I select it, I'll click Save Theme, and it will save. Remember, like I said, that theme is like a group of background. Like you can see this particular theme that I'm using contains a background. You can see background, color, even sound, mouse, cursor, and even fonts. Font is like we still go to the fonts here. Font is like how this text looks like. Even the color of the text and whether they are bigger or smaller. When we get to fonts, you'll be able to understand that. Okay. So, though initially, font is like normally most people use don't bother much about a font, except you have a particular font that you want to use for your business. But I don't want to go much further discussing the fonts. Yeah, you can select which fonts. That is why some people, when you see their phone, their smartphone or computer, how everything is written there will be different. Understand you? If I select this font, for instance, now that means everything you are seeing here will be displayed in this font. And if I'm maybe these are maybe Korean, or if I'm a Chinese or Spanish or whatever, I can decide to choose a font that will write in the particular um type of font that I want. So let's move to the taskbar. How you can customize your taskbar, which I actually did on my own system. That is why whenever I hover towards the bottom of my menu, the taskbar will come out. If I go out, it will disappear. That is how I customize my own. So lastly, this is the taskbar as you can see, like I explained to you, and this is how where you can customize your taskbar. Okay, so within this customization menu, you can lock or unlock the taskbar. Like you can see, I have my own. You can lock it, lock the taskbar. It is on. Okay, you can automatically hide the taskbar in desktop mode. You can see it is hidden. Whenever I hover, that is only when it will show. Okay, that my own is automatically, you can automatically hide the taskbar on the desktop mode. That's why you cannot be able to see it whenever I move out of the taskbar, it will disappear. So you can automatically hide the taskbar in the tablet mode as well, whichever mode that you are using. You can use more taskbar buttons. If I want this taskbar to be small, let me use it. Let me click select it so we'll see what I'm talking about. You can see the taskbar are now smaller. Okay, remember it was a bit larger than it was. Yeah, so you can see it is now a bit larger than when I will select the use more taskbar button. Then you can also use pick to preview the desktop when you move your mouse to show the desktop button and the end of the taskbar. That these are all the customization you would like to do. I won't want to be doing the one after the other. But when you reach a system, you can try new things. You can do it on your own, try new things, practice, do one or two. I will show you how you can do that. So you don't have to be going towards the one after the other. You can actually do things on your own. You have seen how you can be able to do this. I've taught you, I've shown you how you can get here to customize how you want your system to look. How you want your system to look might be different from how I want mine to look. So depending on what I've already explained, if, even when you're not working for any company, maybe your own choice of colors, design, creativity and all that. So that's for the taskbar. So when you're using your own computer, being able to customize your setting can make using window easier and fun. As you can see, once I go back here, my taskbar will display and the colors and everything how I want it to be. And the lines that are being selected here are used. If I want it to be black, if I want it to be red, if I want it to be purple, I can do that. So it's quite easy to do and fun, to do. So that's um for how we can come in. Okay. Um I want to know if you okay, this is for how we can personalize our desktop. But let me see what else we can discuss. Okay. Another thing that is very important is how to use accessibility features in Windows 10. This is also a very, very, very important. How to use accessibility features in Windows 10. Okay, accessibility is features. When you add accessibilities, it helps. It's just like the name accessibility helps you to be able to access um things, maybe the icons and all that. Especially these are features that are integrated on the applications and the softwares and Windows for people with disabilities and all that. So there are a variety of accessibility features and tools that you can use with Windows 10 or later to make it easier to use your computer. Okay, for those who have certain disabilities or accessibility challenges, it might not actually be disabilities. Though disabilities, when it's not just when the normal disabilities that we know, but when maybe you can't reach smaller fonts or text that are smaller, you want it to be larger, or you want to reduce the light on your screen and all of that. These are either for certain disabilities or accessibility challenges. It actually helps you. Maybe when you're looking at your screen, the light on the display is actually affecting your eyes and it prevents you from reading or reading your files and all of that. So you might want to customize your accessibility features in your window operating system. Okay, to use many of the accessibility features that come with your device, you often need to enable them first. Okay, you can access many of the Windows 10 accessibility features in the settings in your settings under the ease of access. Let's go back to settings. Okay, this is the ease of access. So this is where you can be able to customize your accessibility features of your Windows operating system. So remember what I said, it might not display in the same place on your system depending on the screen size or um, 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 the what's it called UI user interface of your window operating system. So let's open the ease of use ease of access, I mean to say. Okay, so now the ease of access is open. So first we will cover vision settings. Okay, we will cover vision settings on the okay, let's go first with the vision settings. So for your display, you can change the size of the application and text you are viewing. Okay, okay. So if I want to maybe change the size of the text that I'm viewing, I can decide. You can see as I'm moving it, the text are getting bigger. You can see the sample text it become bigger. So that's as in fact maybe you want your text to be bigger or you want it to be small, depending on if you are having maybe issues with maybe the accessibility. One of the accessibility issues you are having is maybe you can't be able to read small text. So from here, you can customize how you want your text to be. If you want it to be bigger or smaller. So once I do it, you click on apply. So if let's say I want it to be within maybe 160%, then if I click apply, it will please wait. Let's wait for it to apply. This might take a little longer. I forgot I wouldn't have even want to apply it right now because of the time it might take me to do this. Let's just wait. I hope this doesn't take too long to do. This is why I don't like, every step we take, I will apply it. I'll just show you how to do that so that it won't take our time. Okay, luckily this has happened. So I'll just leave it like that for the purpose of this class. Maybe later I will now move it to however I want it to be for me so that it won't waste much of our time again. So how to do this? You can drag this you can drag this either to the right or to the left. Um, to give you the size that you want. Okay. So for your display, you can change the size of the application and text you are viewing. So you can see this drop down for here. I can change the size of apps and text on the main display. So I can click on this drop down and I can decide whether I want it to be 125 or I want it to be, I'll click it again and you see it's now a bit smaller. If I want it to be 150 or even more smaller, I can. This is where we can be able to do that. You can select. You can see the drop down icon here. If you select it, you can select. If you want it to be bigger, if you want it to be 100% or 175%, and you can see window recommend that you use the 150%, which I was actually using earlier. So with this, you can change the size of apps and text on your main display, whatever that is displaying on your desktop. From here, you can change the size, including the apps. This time, it's not just the text, but including the apps on your display. Okay, so you can also change the brightness of the display and make it brighter. So if you want the display um, to be brighter, or I normally um, I left my phone on the 50%. Okay, let's just be in between. So between brighter and if I don't want it to be reduce the brightness, you can reduce the brightness, you can increase the brightness. This might be affecting your eyes. So normally I used to leave my phone within the 50%, but my choice might not be the same as yours. You can decide to increase it to 100%. Maybe by now your phone is in 100%. So you can decide whether you want to reduce it or leave it like that. depending on if it is someone that is working with computer all the time. You don't It is advisable that you reduce it, understand, so that you not affect your eyes. Okay. So another thing is simplify and personalize your windows. So if you want to show animations in Windows, okay, if you want to show transparency on Windows, if you want to automatically hide scroll bars in Windows, you can be able to do this. Okay. So moving down to cursor and pointer size, let me see cursor and pointer. Mm, I'm coming. We are on the display now. Okay, this is the mouse pointer. Okay, so let's see the mouse pointer. There we see the text cursor. Um, Maybe just the two for now. Maybe later you can actually um navigate through other ones, test and see what it does. Okay, we also maybe see the magnifier as well. Okay, because that's also um one of the major this. Then we now come to the hearing and see how you can customize the audio and the closed captions and all that. Okay, so then let's go to the mouse cursor. Okay, so if you want to the change the pointer color of your, you can see my, as I'm moving my mouse cursor, you can see it wherever I want to. So if I want to change the color, if I want it to be black, if I select the black, it will be black. You can see currently I select this type of um, um, white and the black on the what is it called? It has black edge. Um, what is it called? I'm trying to remember. Just know that this is the one I selected. And if I want it to be entirely black, I'll select the black. If I want it to look like this, I'll select. If I want to select maybe custom color, from here I can select whichever color or maybe other colors that is not here that I want it to look like. So if I select the black, you can see it is now black. If I select this color, it is a mix of white and black. So that this means that if I'm pointing on a white background, it will be black. But if I'm pointing on a black, something that is black, it will show white. So I wish that I have, okay, let me go here. You can see, if I'm pointing on a black background, it will display white. But if I'm pointing on a white background, it will display black. And I think that's even better for me. So that it will happen. I will leave it to this one from going forward. I prefer this one. Okay. So you can actually change touch feedback. So show visual feedback around the touch point when I touch the screen. So this means that, for instance, if I select something, maybe if I point on this, it will show me information about, like, a kind of visual feedback, understand, about what I'm selecting. If there is a feedback for this, it will show me, it will display. So whatever that has the visual feedback around the touch point, when I touch it, it will display. That is what this touch point does. Then the text cursor. So the text cursor, under the text cursor, for instance now, if I want to magnify maybe um okay, if I want to change the color of my text cursor, maybe the size and color of my text cursor, I can okay, let's discuss here first. If I want to turn on text cursor indicator, currently it is off. Okay, so if you want to turn it on, you can actually turn it on. Okay, so but me, I prefer to leave it on, to leave it off. But for instance, if you personally want to leave it on, you can leave it on um the text cursor indicator. So for me, I change text cursor indicator size. So if I want to change the text cursor indicator size from here, I can actually change it either by moving it here or leaving it here. So let me just apply this one. And this will change the text cursor indicator size. But this is not much necessary except if you need it. So let me just leave it here and turn it up. But here I can decide to change the colors of my text cursor. You can see these are the text cursor. Understand? These are the text cursor. If I want to change the color, I can change the color to whichever color I want it to look like. But that's not what I want us to. This is not that much important, but I'm just trying to show you things you can do. Let's go to magnifier so that we waste much time. Yeah. So the magnifier, if I want, I left it on off. Let me turn it on and see what happens when it is on. And what does this magnifier mean? This enable the magnifier features to zoom in on part of your screen as you use your computer. You can see it helps me to. So if I want to reduce or if I want to, as I'm moving, you can see what it does. So it zooms in. Understand? If I'm moving, it will now be showing me more text. Understand? This is just a magnifier to magnify the my system as I move around. But let me turn it off. I don't want this. Okay. So it's back to how it looks like. Oh, so this maybe for someone that is having maybe eye issue, sight issue, vision issue, understand? It will be important for that person. Okay, so that person can actually read what is on the screen very well. So you use magnifier to enlarge the you can use it to zoom in on part of your screen as you use your computer. Okay, so there are also hearing settings. If you go to the hearing, you want to maybe there are several settings. Um, on your audio, I mean to say, there are on your hearing setting, you can decide to customize your audio or your closed caption. So on your audio, you can set alert to where you are alerted, where you are alerted. Maybe once an alert comes into your, let me click audio so you see what you are doing. So change device volume. Once alert comes, the volume you need it will depend on the sound. Um, it displays. Okay, so you can also show audio alert visually. So select how visual alerts from notification are displayed. That's what I wanted to discuss. So you can select alert so where you are alert, where you are alerted visually. So if you go here, you will see different options. Flash the title bar of the active window. It will flash the title bar of that window where you get an alert. Let's say like my WhatsApp is closed. Let's say I have my WhatsApp open, for instance, now, and I have an alert there. It will flash, if I select this option, it will flash the title bar of the active window, which is the title bar of my WhatsApp. So that I will know, okay, the where I'm getting this notification is from WhatsApp. Okay, you can use flash the active window. Okay, if I do that, it will flash the window that the alert is coming, which is maybe it will flash this, or if it is this or this, whichever window that the alert comes into, it will flash it. But this one is the title bar of that active window that it will flash. So this one can flash the entire screen. That means once I got an alert, it will open. Maybe it will flash the entire screen. It will open for me to, maybe it's WhatsApp, for instance. So this is how you can be able to customize your audio features on your hearing on the hearing settings. Okay, so maybe let me also. I don't know if there is much we can discuss on the closed caption. I don't think it is much, except closed caption is just like when I put it on. When you have closed caption on, whatever I'm saying now, you'll be seeing the caption. Understand? Maybe if whether or wherever, even if I'm maybe recording my screen and all that. So that's what closed caption does. But that's if I want it, caption color, if I want the color to be black, I can select whichever color I want. Or if I want the caption transparency, remember what I explained about transparency, to reduce to the color um, transparency. So caption style, how I want the caption to be, this more, that's the font and all of that. I don't want to go much about this. So this is just if I want to use my closed caption. You can see this is a sample that they give. Captions look like this. When I'm talking, you'll be seeing everything I'm saying. You'll be seeing that. So let's go to the interaction. I say the interaction. Under interaction, there are several settings based on input, based on your input or my input, including speech, keyboard, mouse, and eye control, and all that. Okay. So in the keyboard setting, there is an option to use on screen. Understand? There is an option to use on screen. There are on screen keyboard, which is very useful for devices without a physical board. Okay. So let me see. Let's go to keyboard. So you see what I'm talking about. So in this keyboard features, um, is the option to use on screen. Use your device without physical keyboard. Use sticky. Use toggle. Use filter keys. Okay. Change low button menu coming. Make it easier to type. Okay. Use the print a screen button to open screen sniffing. Underline access keys when available. All of this. Ignore brief or repeated keystroke. Okay. Okay, see the on-screen I'm talking about. Use the on-screen keyboard. So for instance, now if I don't, maybe my button is not working. Understand? My keyboard button is not working. So I want to use the on-screen. When I leave it on, it will display the keyboard button on my system. So I can actually select. You can see these are the keyboards. So from here, instead of typing on my keyboard physically here on my hardware, I can actually type whatever I want to type from my screen. That is the on screen. Okay, so you can see how maybe when you go to cybercare or if you are seeing people using their computers and they have their keyboard on their screen, this is how you can be able to do that. So I've just taught you how you can use the on-screen keyboard in a situation whereby your keyboard is having an issue. You can actually, maybe one or two of your keyboards having an issue, you can use the on screen to perform, to write, to do the same thing that you want to. And remember, this on screen now I open is like a window. Okay, it is also a window. So I can decide to move it or even customize it how I want it to be. Okay, so it's just like the same thing. You can minimize or maximize it and all that. Okay, so that is for the on screen. Okay, yeah. So this is very useful for devices without a physical keyboard. So whether you don't have a physical keyboard or you have but it's not working properly, or if you're using iPad and all that, you can use the on screen to type what you want to type. So these are just a selection of the many features of Windows and other operating systems that improve accessibility and allow you to use your computer more effectively. So let me see how far we have come in this class. Okay. So do you have a question? I think for now, um we will stop here for now. Then let me stop sharing my screen so that um you can see that setting that I did. Let me see if I can go back and do that. It's actually affecting everything. The size of the actually making my even my mouse to be slow. So it might take time, but before that, let me stop presenting. Then okay. If you have any question, you can ask me why I continue with what I'm doing. Do you have any question?
There is nothing. There's nothing to ask, my brother. Everything is so. Let me say, like I said before, everything is so easy to understand.
Mm.
You understand? Your terminology is showing there. So the only thing is for me to just go to the place. If there is anything that I don't understand or do,
Mm.
then I can come back to you and say I don't remember, or go back to the video and see where I need to go. But everything here is okay. Because the way you know that when if someone you are handling that you have handled all these Android strong Android phone before, all these edits, all these thing you so your phone Android phone is just like this system too. You understand? But it's just that the properties that system has is not like the phone's properties, but it's just similar. Just that the system own is just like bigger, but the phone own is almost the same thing. You understand? So we are not, now we are not the kind of people that use phone only for call or this thing. You will go deep into phone, know the resources, change profile, build teams. We did that all that time. Build teams with our picture, all this thing with those old apps. You understand? So your teaching is good, my brother. It's good. I just pray that the simpler, it's gonna be more simpler and powerful when we enter Excel. But you understand?